Alright, what's going on, everybody? We are back. Sorry for the delay in content. I've been a little under the weather, but nonetheless still active. And so for this video, I'm just gonna do one big toy haul of everything that has started to come in, and also stuff that we have found in the wild. And quick update for that stuff. A lot of the Age of the Prime stuff that I pre-ordered, I personally started finding in the wild almost a couple of weeks ago, because it's been about a month since our last post. I did put a few shorts up. I showed you guys that I found the aerial bots and the Constructicon already, but we've been pretty lucky for the past month, even though we've been away. So this video is just gonna catch you guys up and show you everything that we found along the way. And yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight to it. Alright guys, so I've been pretty active in our time away, and one of the items that I recently picked up was this Galaxy Shuttle reissue, because I never picked up the Velocitron one, and that one now is a pretty penny. And this thing itself sometimes can go for a pretty penny, because I never ran into it in the wild until I went to my local collector's spot, which is called Frankenson's Collectible in the City of Industry. But I found one vendor there, and only one vendor that had one, and he wanted $150 for it. And so when I asked him about that price, I was hoping maybe it would be about 60 or 65 bucks, you know, because he had it in hand. I was expecting to pay just a little bit more. But when he told me 150, he just sent my impulse off, and I hopped on Hasbro, and I had remembered that it was still on sale, and I picked it up for retail price. And this is an item that I've been wanting for a real period of time. I have a lot of the Velocitron stuff that I was finding at Ross maybe about a year ago. So this was something I was really excited to grab, and also to add to our our Japanese Transformers collection as well. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and move on. I did find the Megatronus Prime in the wild. It was the only one on the shelf, very similar to the one that I posted in our short, and that was the G2 Grimlock. And this one was also the only one on the shelf the day that I found it, and that was something that, that made me real happy. And of course, made me feel impulsive, because even though I had pre-ordered it, I found it first and decided, well, we're going to take this. And still very excited to have these. We're going to open at least one of these up, because I think I'm keeping the Grimlock boxed for now. We did find the Solus Prime. I did find the Armada Red Alert, which as of right now, Armada is becoming one of my more favorite of the series, and we do have a few of the Legacy Armada figures as well. And something additional, these are not Hasbro. I found these at one of my vendors at Frankenson's, and these are Fans Hobbies mini-cons. They're not really meant to scale with the Hasbro ones, but it was something that caught my interest, and I wanted to arm them up and see what they look like with my Legacy Armada Prime. But yes, I've got the two mini-con teams. We've got the Requiem Blaster and the Star Saber team. And yeah, this was something that just piqued my interest a little bit, and wanted to mess around with. And we're getting towards the end. I did also find the Studio Series Constructicon Overload from the Revenge of the Fallen series. I know now that if you look for this 6-pack, I don't really know how many variations of it, but this version of Devastator can fetch a pretty penny. I think I've seen the 6-pack box, or I don't recall how many figures were in it, but it sells for anywhere between $800 to $1,000. So this was just something I found in the wild and didn't really need it, didn't really fit my collection, but as of right now, anything Devastator is really hot right now, so I just chose to pick it up, because again, it was the only one on the shelf at the time that I found it. So one quick pan out of everything we found, And like I said, this is just going to be one big toy haul of all the stuff that we've picked up in our little bit of time away. Of course, related, because this is all Transformers stuff. There is some other stuff that I'll save for another video. But I do have one more item to show you. And this one is going to be the show stealer. Alright guys, so here it is. If you can't tell, this box is big. And if you know, then you already know. So without further more, I present to you guys the Age of the Primes Trypticon. Now, I believe this is a reissue. I'm sorry, I shouldn't believe. We know it's a reissue of the Combiners War that is got a different paint deco. But I really like the Titan class. I have a few of them. I think this makes 5, I believe. No, I'm sorry, maybe 6, because we also have the Ark as well. So there's a few of these that we have. This one, when I pre-ordered it on Big Bad. And I got my alert maybe about a week ago, and it finally shipped, and I got it a few days ago. But like I said, I wasn't feeling too good, so I've had a lot of this stuff just sitting around for a minute. But we are ready to start opening some stuff, and I believe this is going to be my first one, because out of all of them, this is definitely the one I was most excited for. Alright guys, so here it is. We got it out the box. It does come in a couple of pieces. You can clearly see that this is the face part. I took a look at the instructions. Kind of looks like in the instructions it comes in base mode. But we're going to take this out and get it put together and figure that out. And if it is in base mode, then we'll have an extra part for the video, but we'll get it transformed into the Trypticon, because that's kind of how I want to see it displayed. Alright guys, so I was right. Opening out of the box and following the instructions, it kind of recommends you start out in base mode, which I was okay with, because I really never, I don't really display them this way, so I thought this was real fun to learn how to transform it right out of the box, instead of the other way around. You normally have it in robot mode, and sometimes if you're like me, won't transform it for quite some time. So at least this will give you a chance to learn straight out of the box. And I will say, I've never really seen the Combiners War one in person, but I am aware that this one is more animation accurate versus the Combiners Wars one is technically more toy accurate, as they say. But I will say, I definitely am a fan of the color. As of right now, I do like the size. You got the Headmaster over here. But right now, my focus on how I want to display it is in, Dino mode, robot mode. So now we're going to go ahead and get that next transformation and, show you what this thing looks like when it's transformed. Okay, so here it is, everybody. This is the Trypticon in the Dino mode / robot mode. I am a fan of it. I am a fan of this scale of Transformers, and I just think they're fun to play with, and if you're able to afford them, they add a great big detail to your collection. I really do like the colors. I think the color really stands out, and I really do like the figure. My only criticism of it, and this, I don't know how big this is for you guys, and I mean, I don't know relatively how old these 5mm port designs are as far as the blast effects and their compatibility and how far they go back. But one of the first things that I tried to do when I opened this was grab some of my spare blast effects and, you know, wanted to mess with the figure, and especially around the rockets, the missiles, and to my surprise, they don't fit. Not at all. And I even have some smaller size blast effects, like the ones that came with the Seekers, that kind of fit around the port, but even then, they just did not fit. Now, there are stuff on the sides, like there's these on the front, but that's not really where they're designed for these things to fit. So that kind of bummed me out, especially for the price. And I mean, I know sometimes when they reissue these previous, you know, figures, that they'll sometimes update them, but yeah, that was a little bit of a bummer for me. Other than that, though, I must say this thing is really fun. It is a very, very beautiful figure, and I really do like the color. So, other than that, guys, I'm sorry for the delay. We're going to start cranking these out because, as you guys can see, I've got a lot of stuff to open. So, till next time, guys, we'll see you later.